using the gear at the bottom of Restream, and then you go to virtual background and just point to whatever picture you download off or whatever.
I just need creative pictures what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I see. I should change the key color because, like, my hair disappears into the image all the time. White blonde. I can't bring myself to dye my hair. So that's too far. That's too far.
I know.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to our session 0 for Alien the RPG. I am going to let Omen take over from here because he's running the game, so prepare for this.
So the first thing we were doing, of course, is, and I don't know if you want to put up the, what you can see as a player.
I would if it was there in the. Oh, I have to share screen, is what you're saying. Where is that? They've moved all the icons, which is really annoying.
Well, that's part of the reason I was doing the, for session 0.
Oh, it's
first
over
off,
here. Duh.
To get everyone so we can see and how this works.
Yep.
There we go.
Actually, most of you guys got
Sharing
in pretty
screen.
easily. I'm really good.
Cool.
Can you see all that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So if I
Oh,
press
you're
the
getting
button,
the same issue I have. So go to your settings in the top corner of your browser and do your
Okay, so that is. Let me get rid of this to be here. It's coming up. Arrow.
or you can get rid of it.
there you go. Yeah, that works.
Some features may not be available.
I did.
Pardon me?
It warns you that some features may not be available because of the zoom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had to go to 90% zoom on my browser window for the Foundry, I guess, to like it.
But this is why I wanted to session 0, just so we can get.
Yeah, especially when we're dealing with technology.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
Really. It's a nightmare to try and do it on your first session and do all that stuff. I've been in games where we did that, and it was like first hour and a half, just like.
Well, the other part is we want to, we were discussing about rules and like questions and stuff like this. It's a pretty easy system, which is what I like about it. It's pretty fast. It's pretty lethal. I expect over 100% casualties.
Yeah.
Well, it's Alien.
Yeah, that's
So,
hey,
you know
all
what,
the
George?
complaint about.
I saw someone wearing that shirt today, but they clearly, if you know what I mean, had never seen the movie.
So.
Yeah. My sister-in-law got me and my wife some shirts. I got Goonies and the Cliffs of the one from the Princess Bride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I like that one actually.
And and my wife got the best one. She got the Labyrinth, a picture like with David Bowie on it.
Yeah,
and she got a shirt with Scully and Mulder on it from X-Files.
X-Files.
Throwback shirts are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to borrow her shirt.
But no, we were worried about tech, and the other part is getting everyone familiar with the rules, and then once we go from there, then next session we can just kind of like go right into it. And I didn't know with the weather if I was going to still have power, so far so good. We'll see about tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got a little generator or something? Any power bank?
No, I'm in an apartment complex. My real fear is not the power. It's last time we had the pipes break to the entire complex.
Can you run a trickle? Like, can you leave it on a trickle of cold?
But but I mean, we're talking for 13 buildings. It broke at the line to the. Yeah. That was.
Okay.
That's what I was referring to. It wasn't just like my apartment complex.
Okay.
No, my apartment complex, even when we had that really bad winter about 5 years ago, as our guard once said, was not my guard, but my guard at work. He called it snowvid. He said, yeah. But so that was last time. I'll fill up my bathtub, which I need to do, full of water, just so we can flush if it goes out.
Another trick too is you can drain your hot water tank into Yetis and things that are double walled to hold the hot water. If you need the hot water down the road, you can keep that warm.
My hot water is pretty good for this. I mean, we jack it up. So, but I'll be honest, is I can still take cold showers. It's not that bad. I took one right before I got out here.
Sanitary wipes for the win.
Yeah, we've been having trouble. We have a weird heater that like it's like a combined hot water heater and the heating system for the house.
Yeah.
And lately it's been kind of giving us some trouble. I don't know what's going on with it. And, like, you need like a special guy to fix it. But I've noticed the colder days, it's you're not getting good, hot water. Well, you're getting hot enough to probably take a shower.
Yeah.
Not a cold shower, but it's not a nice, pleasant sleep in the shower.
Yes. Yeah.
If there's no steam, I'm not getting in.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
If it's cold enough, there'll be steam a lot of times.
Yeah, I've actually got a special little mini space heater for the restroom, just because as soon as I get out of the shower, I don't want it to be like 60 degrees, whatever.
Or you can get like a heat lamp if you have like a separate one of the little.
No, I've got it set for 90 degrees, and it's never going to get there. But
well, I jokingly like I said, even during Snowvid when we had no power, my big issue was worrying about stuff with defrost. So I put all my food outside, and then the other thing I did was, but the apartment never got below 50, and that was after 2 or 3 days of no power. So I'm not that worried about it. It's more of a hassle than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Those little tiny Honda generators, like the little 2200i, like they got the inverter built in, and you can put them on whisper mode so you can barely hear them. So if you're on a balcony, you could literally just kind of have it hidden by a piece of plywood and no one knows. It's so low that people wouldn't be able to hear it too well from the ground, and they wouldn't be able to place it from other apartments, especially if you're at the end. So it's like you could be the one person just living it up in there. Just block out your windows.
Well, actually, my internet is wireless, so
there you go. So that's good.
It would probably still work. I got fed up with Spectrum, so AT&T said, "Hey, we have this special deal for $50," and I said, "Well, that's nice. So I'll just buy that." And
nice.
And it works out. It seems to work just fine. I mean, I'm not trying to play real-time games, but even my latency isn't too bad.
The intense ping or anything. You don't need too crazy ping. Latency is not too bad.
Are the chats visible?
Yeah, the chat's working. We just don't have anybody chatting, which is surprising.
That's interesting.
Everybody's scared of that storm.
Let us know you're out there. So let's get started. What do we need to know?
So I've put up the characters here. So if you click on a character that says you own. So first things, let's go over with the chat. So you should see the chat in there on the bubbles. So if you bring it up, I don't know if you can share screen there.
Okay. Dice.
Yeah, I am.
So that was some stuff I was working with George earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, the chat it's a kind of there's a toolbar on the top on the right hand side of the screen. There's like a half dozen little icons. The top one is chat.
Then you have combat encounters, which I'm not going to worry as much about.
Journals, where you had posted the rules.
Yeah. So the journals will tell you the rules, but that's what we're going to go over. And then what I was going to do is you should see your characters in there.
Actors.
Yeah. So you see actors. You should have access to one actor in there. By the way, I have not put in the ones for this game yet.
Rollable tables,
so you guys can use later.
A playlist.
This was just to learn the system here.
Am I Morgan?
I believe so. Yeah, you should be. I think that's where I put you as. So if you click on it, it should bring up a character sheet.
Yep, I'm there. Thanks.
Okay, so you bring up the character sheet, and your character sheet should have. Oh, by the way, if you have multiple screens, there's an option. It has that little X and little arrow going up. That's a pop out, so you can use it for multiple screens. So if you have multiple screens, you can move that off to the side if you wanted. So you're not just limited to what's in Foundry. I don't want to get too far ahead of. I know George is pretty much. I think George is the furthest ahead because he was here a couple hours before. It's like, oh, let me go play around in here. Shadow, do you see what's going on?
I'm getting engrossed right
trying
into
to-
reading everything.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. It's,
So
part of the problem is when I'm on this
Okay.
Foundry page, I can hardly hear what you're saying
Oh, okay.
because it cuts in and out, which is a problem I always have.
oh, there's a mute here.
Now, what should I be looking at?
Okay. So you
Yeah.
should see a bunch of. You should see like a chat bubble, combat encounters, scenes, actors, and it's normally on the
Yep.
right-hand side. Okay,
Yeah.
so you see that. So open up journals for you. Actually, in your case, it's more of actors. Actor would be the
Yeah.
better one for you to open up.
Okay,
And then
journal.
you should be able to open up. Yeah, well, try actors in this case. So the journals are, that gives you all the rules. But well, I'm just trying to go over this fairly quickly so we all understand. So if you open up the actors, see it?
Okay. Yeah, it says Hope's last.
Yeah. That's not the one we're playing, but by the way, but this is the, but you should see an actor under like PCs.
Nope.
Let me check. I should have you as,
See search actors and
yeah, open up
Last-
Hope's Last Day, actors. And under there, do you have where it says HLD PCs?
Yep.
Okay, do you see a character that's in there?
So Holroyd.
You might have to click down a couple
Yeah,
folders
Holroyd.
Yeah.
to get to it.
Okay, so this is just, we're just using it as an
Okay.
example. So open that up for
Got
yourself.
the character.
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
general,
Health, strength.
this, yep. Stress, your stress will go up depending on what you go on for the game, depending on what's going on. Stress will give you extra dice. You'll notice below your stats, you should have something that says general skills, inventory, and notes. So right above experience, you'll see
Yep.
general, and then you see skills. So we're just going to do this initially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are just some of the examples. So click on skills here.
Okay.
And you should see, I think, 12
Heavy
skills.
machinery, close combat,
Mm-hmm. So
heavy machinery,
for
close combat, all the way down to comtech.
so the first thing we're going to do, just so everyone understands how to do this, go ahead, Shadow, and roll heavy machinery. Just click on just click where it says heavy machinery.
Okay.
Okay, don't have to do it once.
And do what? It's just
I'll try it once.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so you see there, that's if you get a 6, there's 1 success, and you'll see it with the little thing. And if you want to do push, which allows you to re-roll and get more successes, you just click push. So go ahead and OGG.
Where's this push?
It's a, well, are you Morgan? So if you go up to
Yeah.
the chat box, so if you open up the chat box,
Okay.
do you see
Oh,
where
I see over here. I had that closed. I'm just looking at it. Is that necessary to be open all the time then, I guess? Or we're not
No,
seeing
that's up to you, but I would open it up every so often, but that shows you on the side. So
because
go
you
ahead
have
and
to
click,
use the chat. But
yeah. So go ahead and click push.
I see. Push yes, no.
Yep, so there's push. So what push does is it adds 1 stress and gives you the ability to get additional successes.
Okay, so if I put 1 push, I automatically get 1 success then regardless of the roll.
No, you just roll again for all the ones that aren't successes. and that determines if you get additional successes.
I see. Okay, so it's re-roll fails.
Kind of, yeah. Well, you can actually re-roll, even if you're doing really well, you might want to do something more heroic. Like,
Re-roll some
oh,
low
okay,
successes.
yeah. So, like if you're in the middle of combat, you're like, oh crap, it didn't quite kill it. Let me push it again so I can, really. And the yellow dice are what you call your stress dice. As long as they don't roll a face hugger, then they count as extra dice. So if you get 6s on those, so the higher your stress is, the higher you can perform, but the more likely something bad will happen. So that's how that works. And then it should add to your stress every time you push a roll. So if you start getting up in really high stress, you might get like 6 or 7 dice. Like, here, let me go one thing. We'll do this again. I just had a bunch of your stress. Go ahead and click on close combat for Morgan.
I'm sorry. Oh, got to click on close combat.
Yeah, go ahead and click on your close combat.
Oh,
I
there
just
it is.
jacked up your stress. You'll get to see a bunch of dice here. So,
Oh, geez.
What's the
so
face?
there you go. Yeah, so the face hugger means that you're going to go into, it says a panic condition. I may change a little bit of this, but that's just an example of what can happen. So you got all these bonus successes, but because you got a face hugger, you're going to roll panic, and you'll see what it does. Basically, you froze in combat.
Where's panic? It did it already?
Yeah.
Okay, so action failed. Panic condition +7. Rolled a 10.
So that's just something ridiculous. I really jacked that up. So
now, why did it say panic condition +7? Because you had put like 8 points.
Because you had 7 panic dice at the time.
Okay.
So it's your just so you understand how it goes behind the scenes.
So if you roll one face hugger, it converts all those dice to panic dice?
No, it just converts you into.
Now,
what happens is your stress level. So behind the scenes, it's a stress level plus a D6, and then you look at a table to see how you react.
Okay.
So
you want to get some stress on you to help you do stuff, but you don't want too much, or else, yeah.
Right, exactly. So it says. So that's how that works. You get 2 actions. You get a slow and a fast action. So a fast action might be I aim or I shoot. You can also use a slow action as a fast action. Oh, yeah. As George is moving around. Yep. And you can also, if you want, George, you can also use the arrow keys to move yourself. There you go. So, as George is having fun with, which was the whole point of this. By the way, this will be your starting ship. So that's, but yeah. So I'm just trying to get so everyone understands. Now, go ahead and open up. You'll notice that there is a screwdriver and a wrench next to your skills. Oh, there we go.
So with the ComTech, and it says 0 next to it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with the skill numbers? That's the slots, obviously, I've put into it, right? So I have ComTech, just no slots in it? Or?
Correct. The assumption is that you have some ability with it. Basically, it's normally your stat plus your skill. That's how many dice you roll. So, like in this case, your strength is a 5.
So I would have okay. Okay,
so
I get
close combat's 8 dice, which means you're kind of scary in this case.
With the close combat of 3.
Mm-hmm. Now go ahead and open up. You'll see next to it the screwdriver and the wrench. Actually, close combat for some reason has something off on it. Let's go to the one in range combat.
I went to stamina on. It's like for every successful you roll, choose one. So it gives you the extra, basically the extra notes on it, I guess. Yeah.
So what will happen is, and then sometimes I'm not going to allow all of the things in there, but it allows you to pick other stuff in there. So you can't, like if you're in combat, yeah, you might want to do extra damage, but you might want to do something else too. I'll have to go fix the one on close combat. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. But for close combat, as an example, and it should also be in the rules if you look at it, close combat has a few different skills that go along with it.
6 different pieces to it there, yeah. 6 different. Go ahead.
You can do extra damage. You can outmaneuver an enemy and trade initiative scores. You can knock or pull a weapon or object from your opponent. Your opponent is knocked to the ground. You can put your opponent in a grapple. So those are just some of the examples you could do. Like if it was close combat, range combat is, again, you can inflict more damage. You can pin down your enemy, so they have to make it a panic roll. You position yourself and get to
Hey,
exchange.
Squirrel, what's up?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying hey to Squirrel, and who joined us as number 5?
So the stunts seem to be key to things. It's like you're
Okay, nobody.
successful in
That's weird.
something, you get, you can pull a stunt.
Yeah. And sometimes it's kind of nice because it says, hey, do this in half the time. You're like, oh, well, that's nice.
Mhm.
And if it's a really hard task,
it's like number 3, you impress someone.
Yeah.
So obviously it's just set up for role playing, right? Like, which
yes.
is cool.
And then if you go to macros, there's a macro button where you are. You have one macro available,
Macros.
which says alien player, and you can just drag that to the bottom.
Where do
it
I
says
find
1, 2, 3.
macros?
It's below your actors and journal.
Okay, on the right side of the screen.
Yeah.
Items, journal, rollable tables, card stacks, macros. Alien macros?
Yes. You should have one macro in there. And just
Why-
drag the macro.
I have no
Code,
idea.
man.
what
I'm
to
going to
do.
execute a macro. Should I do that?
Drag that macro down to your to the bottom.
I do not have a token.
Drag it
selected.
down to whereabouts?
You should on the very bottom. You should have a list of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, I'm not seeing any of that.
User OGG lacks permission to update a macro.
Oh yeah. But you should have the ability to, let's see, configure ownership. Give me a second here.
It says I do not have a token. What does that mean?
That's a good question. You should have a token in there. I thought that we put a token in there for you.
When I try to execute the macro, it says
Oh,
you do not have a token.
I like the token that you want to execute the macro for.
What is the
The
token?
token's your character thing.
I can't do that on this.
Okay,
Well, let me see.
so there you go.
I can't do it because the page is actually covering where all the
Oh,
tokens,
okay.
all the characters are. And I can't figure out how to like move my character because I don't know which one's mine, except for the one that's moving because that's George.
Yes. So let's see. This is yours. Well, this is, I believe, yours right here.
That's our
isn't it?
dice roller. I get you. That's our dice roller. All right.
Yeah.
Alien macro.
There you go. Okay, you can't do it because you hit a wall. That's why you can't move them any further down. There you go. Here, 1 second. Whoop.
Oh,
There you go.
we're live
That's
streaming,
the
right?
board.
So you don't want me to play around in the music section, correct?
That's up to you. I built.
Okay.
Always I
No, you
mention with the
shouldn't, because
music.
it'd strike. Wouldn't it strike you if you're playing?
I like the way it shows. Oh, we won't let me go in the cargo. Hey, oh, okay, never mind. I like this little fog of war
Yeah.
thing, but it's so tiny.
Well, what I do is I scroll in there. If you need to move, just tell me where you want to move, and I can just
Yeah, it's really, really
see.
tiny.
I can move you.
Sorry, guys. 2 remain.
You put me in cryo. No.
But yeah, what I
That's
do
cool,
normally.
that's cool. If this was bigger, it would be great.
Well, I can zoom in on it, so that's what I do for mine. So I can see.
Yeah, I can't do that because
If you hold the right
don't know.
mouse button, you can drag around.
Yeah.
Drag
So-
the right mouse button. Kind of pan. Oh, what is these numbers here?
My image, like my video and restream, was getting a little janky,
Okay.
laggy. Probably because of the custom background and everything, and being over Starlink
Sure.
from the frozen lands.
okay, that's weird.
I'm sorry, I moved you over for that, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, but no, the whole screen
Oh,
moved,
okay.
and I don't know how to do that because I wanted to recenter it.
Alien, the game.
Drag-
So if you do the right hand, the right mouse button, we'll move it. This is why I wanted a session 0, so we could all get through.
I don't have a
most of
right mouse button.
Oh.
I have a it's
Oh,
a
okay,
laptop,
okay.
so there's a right click
Can you
area, but it's
the
counterintuitive.
sometimes with the zoom, where you're zooming from, it allows you to kind of move. I think this might do similar. I don't
And,
remember.
and if you want, Shadow, just tell me that you want to move your character. So you're like, hey, I would like to move him down to the door. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, there you go. So,
Well, I want the whole. I was
Yeah.
more of. Is there any way to move the whole screen
there
up and
should
down?
be. Well, whenever I do a right click, it allows me to move the everything.
You could go full screen on that tab. Like go into that tab and use your browser to go full screen to get more room out of it. That's a possibility.
You can use WSDF.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, he's talking about trying to.
Oh, Steve Daly
Okay, I got it.
or something like that. Just kidding.
I was hitting the Q and the
Okay,
E button.
it's weird because I normally use my right hand
Sure.
to move around pad, but
Okay.
I just have to do it with. I got it.
As George is running around.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let's.
That's okay. That's part of the reason I was trying to go through this.
Okay, that's
What did that do?
the top.
I wish I could minimize my
Yeah.
character. I guess I can. I can put it in. Okay, cool. We're good.
I was hitting
Well,
Q.
like I said, there's a pop-out option in there, and you can, like, I don't know if you have two screens. If you have two screens, you can move it off to the second screen.
Yeah.
And why
And
is
if you-
my blue dot not on the field? Like, I don't see
Oh,
it.
which one? No,
Where
probably
am
because you're way on the left. That's why I can see it.
I shouldn't be on the far left. What the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
there you go. There you go.
What's up,
There you go.
Coco?
So,
I don't see myself. Where am I?
On virtual tabletop, nobody can hear you scream. That's great. Yeah, I'm not
I
a big
see.
VTT
I see your
fan,
blue dot. Your blue dot is
but
Yeah, what's the
you
blue
know.
dot do?
no. His blue dot is where he is. The OGG.
Oh,
Like I can see where. I don't know if you guys can see. There you go. That's
I see.
your-
Yeah, I see two dots randomly
I
moving.
can't see my own blue dot.
Characters.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
There's so I am the girl with the upside down head right now, and I assume Shadow is,
He's right below. Yep, you just rolled over him.
and then the other two people. One of them is OG, or is that some other character?
Yeah, Morgan Hurst
Okay,
should
this
be
is me.
OG. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Is that blue dot like your cursor or something?
Yes, that's the
Oh.
other player's cursor. Like I see my cursor, but that blue dot is what we see for him, where he's moving his cursor around.
Oh, I see. So I'm up. That's when you're dragging.
Yeah,
I guess my cursor's now showing.
yeah, I
yeah. So I can see.
really
We just see.
need to find a way
Yeah, we see
to
our own image, but
zoom rating.
This is cool.
Where did Shadow go? That was.
I probably won't make the 7th. I actually be running a 5e game with some
Okay.
some of my kids' friends and their family.
All right. Well, I mean, we can hold off for a week or something.
That's
but yeah,
next
it's,
weekend or
weekend after.
Yeah, the weekend after, but it might.
the weekend
Oh.
after next, correct?
Yeah, the 7th.
Mhm.
So that.
So as everyone's
yeah,
looking around
next
trying to see what's going on
This
here.
weekend is like the first
Yes.
Something like
or something.
Yes, 31st. But I want to make sure everyone knew what they were doing initially through here. And Shadow, it's okay if you don't mind me
Yeah,
rolling
well,
for you.
is there any way to like enlarge the screen?
Yes, but what
Yeah, because I can't see a damn thing.
So if you do you have like a little scroll wheel on your laptop? Your scroll wheel
No.
will zoom in and out. Like
I
you
don't
would for a
have
mouse.
those.
on the mouse. There's no wheel.
Well, even on the laptop, there's
Yes,
usually
it's a-
something in there that's equivalent to
And
a
Like a trackpad.
yeah. There should be like
if
a
there
little
is,
thing in the middle.
if there is, I don't know what it is.
Okay.
hey guys,
Let me go back. Hey, what's up?
I'm on this side now. I'm over here now.
So it's a DM.
Normally, I
So it's a DM. I
Okay.
can lock you in. Yeah. Like I can lock doors and stuff
it's like
that.
on my screen because I have
Yeah.
a touch screen when I want to enlarge. So
your audio's breaking up now. Shadow.
Yeah.
The I have a feeling when I'm describing this game to my kids, I'm gonna be using references to Among Us.
Oh yes. Well, I just played Among Us, and yeah, that's pretty good.
He's sabotaging the oxygen.
So, talking about rules. So
I would never do anything.
Okay. Does everyone understand the basics for like how to use your statistics and things like that? Oh, there you go. There you go. That's why you just move Shadow. And for you, Shadow, it may work out a little bit better to use the. Yeah, go ahead.
I just had like on any screen reverse pinch, on your screen
Yes.
to enlarge. I do that on the screen, or which I'd never tried before. I just always just use the touch screen. Now, how does the stress? How does that work?
So stress, you get it whenever you push a roll. You can get stress. Whenever you have something that, like if you see a monster or something bad happens, your friend dies or gets shot or something, your stress will start going up. And then you reduce stress by basically removing yourself from the situation. So what they have are called rounds, turns, and shifts. So every turn that you are, quote, safe, you're going to watch your stress drop.
Okay.
And if you get a whole shift, then of course all your stress goes away. I was still enjoying.
What happens if you max out on stress?
Well, if you get a bunch of stress and you keep falling stress, then you're probably going to panic or go catatonic or something like that.
Okay.
So yes, poor. As you can see.
So how many? So how many stress do you have? Like, is it boxes, check marks?
So if you open up your character sheet, it should have a stress next to it.
Up on the top right.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I'm on the.
So if you double click the little character icon, it will bring up your character sheet. Or you can go into the side where it says actor. Either way works.
Yep.
Okay, because I'm on the page where it says the kind of health.
Yep. Should character's name, health, and to the right of it, it says stress, and there should be a number. Usually it's 0.
Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay.
When you click the stress with the heart, it makes the roll. You keep track of the stress points next to it.
Well, you know what it is for him, and I messed up, is I didn't realize that
right, I was just how many, like here on experience points, story points, etc.
Yeah.
I was looking for.
So give me just a second here. I'm going to.
Many.
Well, since I messed up on you, let me give you ownership of. Let's see what this character is. Sunny Sig, I think. Which one? Let's see if I can give you access to a different character.
No, I got it.
Okay. Well, no. But the reason is because you have a synthetic. Synthetics have different rules, so let me change this up for you. There we go. So now try double clicking on Sunny Sig, which should be in the.
I want everybody to know.
Near the bridge.
Yeah, synths. It's supposed to be like Secret Santa.
Okay.
Secret synth.
Some are.
Spartan knife game. What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Show us. And then he just grabs, I think it was, what's his name? Bill Paxton's hand. And he's just like, okay. Puts his hand over it. It is.
Yeah. So if you open up Sunny Sig, you'll see the stress up there. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that one was a Android.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out like how notches or whatever of stress before the character freaks.
It directly depends on how you roll. So if you roll a face hugger in any of your stress dice, then you can freak out.
Okay. So it's not like you know, to X number of stress, you freak out.
No.
Do you roll more dice with the more
It's
stress you have?
just a yes or no, and
And
the number of dice you have kind of dictates how that'll work out.
Yeah. So example, let's do city sig here. I'll jack you up to like 7 stress. Now go ahead and roll. Go to your skills and click any skill that you want to roll in there.
what's the max stress? You can like
Technically, there isn't one, but the rules basically is it's whatever your stress dice are currently plus a d6 determines how you react.
so in other words, your character could like basically in the future have like a crazy stimulant to allow them to go like stress 20.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
Now, odds are you're going to fail. But, yeah, you're right. But
Unless they're AI enhanced, so the decisions being made once you kick in that thing are being made by the AI and not the human brain, which could not make decisions very well. But you have all the physicality of like the enhanced strength, speed, all
Hold
that
on.
stuff, right?
Okay.
But with AI directing it like a weapon.
Well, basically, what happens is synths don't get bonuses; they just work on their normal stats plus.
It'd be more like Cyborg, really, synth, what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
that's not in the game. I get it. But they could do stuff like that. Really, when you think about it, Bishop could have been like all tweaked out to like do all kinds of stuff. Like he could have been like Terminator underneath and literally just started crushing everybody.
Well, at that point is androids get bonuses to like 2 stats, so they're stronger, but they're not insanely strong.
Yeah, they're not laddie.
Yeah, that's right.
I picture trying to make Laddie blend in. So like Laddie's got like a hut suit or some kind of like a gigantic like animal type suit.
So yeah, so this was the soon Shadow comes back. Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone understands just how this works, and then I'm going to put a couple things in your inventory just so you can see. Well, I see it says panic condition. Let me make sure. I can remove your panic just by right clicking it, so your panic disappears.
All right.
So like you have your weapon for your cutting torch, and so it says there's a power. So if you decide to attack with your cutting torch, for
Damage
example,
3, power 3. Okay.
right, and so it says you run out of supplies. Why is
I
that?
just clicked on it. I clicked on it and it said, I'm out of supplies.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, because it has no
energy
reloads.
canisters
All right.
for it of some kind. Fuel canisters.
Let me see if I can.
I need some Tesla batteries for those plasma cutter.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where the.
You could probably get some really cool stuff going with like the next level of lithium battery type thing. Because like the one thing it has going is like the massive dump that lithium can do. Like what is thought of as like a dangerous thing about lithium is actually like a powerful thing about lithium.
Yes. Let's see. So this is what it's supposed to do.
Surge power.
Let's see if that.
You know, I was thinking about the other day was like, if I went back in time and like told my younger self, like as a kid, like what's the amazing technology from now, and I'd be like, noticeably you wouldn't see much different except flashlights are way better. Like,
yes. Okay, so we went from
LED
active to
headlamps.
inactive. Go ahead and try clicking on your cutting torch. It's like when you do an attack.
All right, give me a moment to pull up the sheet.
So, for example, sorry, I didn't mean to.
You roll it. Do I roll? Do I click its power or do I click the?
You just click the cutting torch itself.
I see. I can do that. Oh.
So
7 stress, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Here, let me reset your stress back to 0. Go ahead and try that again on your cutting torch.
That's not well. That's horrible. Actually, only getting 1/6 in that big of a mitt.
Well, again, you can always do more damage if you want.
I want to see what the average is because they keep rolling 1. Is this game like fixed where I only roll 1 success or 1 6?
Well, it shouldn't be.
Like, look how many dice I'm rolling, and it's like always just 1. How the odds are against that? completely. Oh no! All of a sudden we're getting them now. Yeah, I
Yeah.
called you out there, computer. Playing nice now, aren't you? Just
but
keep
but
giving me
but but you can see where it
666.
says
It's like, oh, you
damage
don't want
tree.
1 6 here? Have 666 every time.
Yeah. And what's supposed to happen is that every time it does that, it's supposed to roll your consumable.
Oh, so I'd be
Oh,
way out. So it's like
oh,
I'd be
see right
empty.
there, see that consumable? So every time you attack, it rolls a consumable, and it says you just lost 2 power. So
Oh, okay.
that's kind of, and if you get face hugger, that's how you start losing. So it kind of, you're not going to keep track of direct power. It just has a certain thing. So I'll put your power back up
Okay,
to 3.
I see.
Yeah. So
Not to
sometimes
waste
you're
that.
like, oh, I can get a lot, but like if, yeah.
Where's Shadow?
That's a good question.
What happened to Shadow?
Let me put your 3 back here.
He might be putting on his switching to his tablet or something.
I found that the
Why
mouse
not?
is extremely handy for this program because it allows you to do your zooming.
Yeah.
The mouse wheel.
Okay, why am I not?
Is that what it was before? Shadow didn't have a mouse. He wasn't using a mouse.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm trying to get your trying to how to do the reload here.
I guess
Reload?
for those listening at home, like this is like a pay. This Foundry's a paid thing. Usually, I guess for the GM usually pays.
Yeah, I paid for this, and then I
yeah.
had to pay for the hosting.
The host. Okay. Thanks for doing that for us.
Appreciate
Sure.
that.
But yeah, just for people to be aware, like, this is not like a free app or something.
No, this is not. I'm trying to get your power back up. Damn it!
And on top of it, Owen had to put a bunch of time into it, customize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's not so bad though, but because this already has it in there. Let me just delete this out. Whoops. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to put that power back. Somewhere in here, I know there's a way of doing it. That's why I said this is why I want to do this as a session 0. Trying to see if it works out. There. Okay.
I'm
there we go. Now your power's back up. So that's a way of, like, if we recharge, that's how you can put it back. And then, if it's an inactive weapon to an active weapon, I believe you just right-click it. Oops. So I have to be careful about that.
Oh, I get it now. Why doesn't my character have a little weird icon in the right top left corner?
Let's see.
So one of them.
Oh, that means you're panicked. That's your.
Oh.
I think. Let's see.
Okay. I thought I was getting. I thought I had a give birth.
I'm trying to figure out. Well, let's see. Is that Hannah, or? Oh yeah, that's your. Sorry, I'm just looking at different ones in there.
And the other one has.
Oh yeah, it's panic. So if I right-click it, the panic goes away.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what's going on with yours.
Shadow's trying to reconnect it. Just saw it in chat.
Yeah.
Maybe it's stress.
There's something in there. I'm trying to figure out what's going. Oh, you know why? It's a critical injury. That's why.
Oh. Sorry.
Here. That's fine. I'll just remove it. That's the other one too. Is if you go down to 0 health. So, OG, do you mind clicking roll critical on your character sheet?
Yeah, let's get the character sheet up first. And go back to the general.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
There it is. Roll critical. How'd you do that?
You just goes to general and just click on roll. Yeah,
right.
on the bottom it says roll critical.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So when you go to 0 health, we'll ask you to. And then if you click on it, it gives you a little bit more information.
Crotch hit, 1 point of damage at every roll for mobility in close combat. Yay! And 66 impaled heart.
Yeah. Yep. There's some that are instant death where you don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a bad one right there. 66 is a order 66. Oh.
That's right. So that's how I can clear that off.
Critical injuries. Let's see. See, I like how there's all these condition effects, condition states. It's like really cool, like to track it that way.
Yeah, apparently I'm going to have to use two devices to do this.
Okay.
I'll probably have to use my tablet for restream like I did in the old days, and use the laptop for Foundry. It was just whenever I
Okay.
go and do anything
Yeah.
like that, whatever you're saying or everybody else is saying is choppy, and I can't, can't have that if I'm trying to, pay attention.
Right. No, I understand.
So tell us about the the scenario.
Okay. So the beginning of the scenario is that you're going to be. It's not going to, just so you know, so you don't get worried. It's not going to be exactly the same, but um, there are going to be 5 of you on a ship. You're all going to be heading over to a colony to help refuel it.
Okay.
And each of you are going to pick one of the characters, which is not one of these. And you're going to have. So this is the. I want to make sure I read this properly for you. Each of you are going to have a personal agenda. If you can make your personal agenda, and some of them are like, "Hey, I just want to make money. I want to get there in time," things like that. And your agendas will develop every act.
Yeah, on the sample characters here, there is on the general. There's a personal agenda, I think.
I think it's under notes. Yeah, there's notes that has it, and then when it says agenda story cards, I'll pop those into your characters.
Okay.
So those will happen there.
Oh, this one has pilot signature item toy dinosaur.
Yes.
Good reference to Firefly there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you're allowed to use your signature item to help reduce your stress.
Gee, I wonder how you do that.
Well, it just means that
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
If you just grab something there. So the story is your space trekkers are the Starfreighter USCSS Montero, running the gauntlet, the trade route between Anchor Point Station and the frontier. Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous tritium gas that is in the process of decaying into extremely profitable helium-3. Usually cargo such as these is towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentration of gas a safe distance away from the freight hauler. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle, however, and this small one is a special order for a Wayland Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World, a newly established frontier colony. While the trip so far has been fairly routine, you've gotten a glitch every so often that shows like there's an echo of a ship way out there. It's practically pinged with the sensor reflection before you activate the displacement drive and went FTL. Your cargo run so far has been without incident, and now you're just awakening from hypersleep, ready to deliver your goods to the colony of Sutter's World. So that's the beginning of the scenario. And then the question is we have 5 characters. So there's going to be a pilot, there's going to be a corporate, there's going to be a captain, and then you have 2 basic roughnecks. And the question is who wants to play what?
Do we is it known? Like, does the other characters know who's what?
They will.
Well, I mean, we're all going to know who each other is.
Yes.
As we're playing.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be a crew. You're going to know each other.
But how
does
long?
It mean?
I guess I noticed that it says, like who your buddy is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as how there's only 3 of us.
Well, that's true. Well, that's the thing. That's why I was trying to get a couple more people. If not, then what those NPCs are is they're also replacement characters if you die.
Okay.
Or they can also be,
fodder. You mean when we die?
Well, I'm optimistic here.
How many escape pods are there?
That's a great question.
There should be enough escape pods on this one that if you all have to jump out of the ship, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then, of
Yeah,
course,
but what if you're the asshat? Never mind.
oh, I will say this much: I do allow PvP in this, um,
Ah.
but do I suggest it? No. Not, by the time you get to the third act, yes, you may want to kill off certain people, and at that point, it's, yeah,
Nay.
so you're so I know how you guys feel about this. I really don't care. We can always change the names or something, but the
No. I
pilot
mean,
is
in all the Alien movies that I'm familiar with, there is that guy,
yeah.
and to think that there wouldn't be that guy or those guys or whatever, even though there's only three of us, I predict that only one of us gets out alive, or
Maybe.
you know what I mean, and we're all grown ups, and we're not going to take it personally. If we get that thing on our character sheet that makes us that guy, play that guy.
Well, exactly.
And,
Well,
and if everybody hates you at the end of the episode, that's awesome. That's the way it should be in the movies, right?
yes.
If George ends up being, that guy, and he's the only one who lives because he, did us in, then good on him, right?
Yep.
Well,
The
It's always
second
the quiet guy, it is, um, and
Yeah,
and we should just have fun with it.
The
Well,
second
exactly.
last person is cursing out the survivor as they close the hatch on them. The emergency lights are flipping around.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
how
yeah.
that usually works out.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to be watching, and we want them to enjoy it, as if it was, a movie or a radio drama, and unless Omen is just going to break out, crap tons of xenomorphs and Wayland Utani ass hats, to f with us. We only got each other to
Yeah.
to backstab.
That's true. And to be fair, most of you have your personal agendas,
Right.
and
If
they may
that
conflict with
personal
each other,
agenda
but they may not be like, "Hey, I'm going to kill you, so and so." So
Right, but I get the impression that it's supposed to be, or maybe even the inspiration for Among Us,
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that's people play that game all the damn. I've watched Jackie and his friends play it, like 5-6 times in a night because you know it's
I
quick.
was literally playing it an hour and a half ago with my friends.
We
Right,
would,
and one of you is the jerk, right?
Yes,
we used to do like almost like a live Among Us,
Yeah.
and we kind of modified the rules. And actually, we make cards, and then if you got the imposter card,
hmm
and then I made specialty cards like gave you we had cards that gave you tasks, and then I decided to give them names for the character, like an
Yeah.
ID card. And of course, one of them was there was CPO Ripley. The other one was, and then I took other ones like Corbin Dallas and some people from science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So your character. So these are the characters that will be available, and I'm just trying to make sure. And I do recommend because I'm trying to make it the more interesting one, the captain, the pilot, and and of course the corporate. So I was asking George, do you mind being the corporate because you're such a nice guy?
Hey, I'll channel my inner polarizer. Watch some. What was that show called? Mad About You.
Yeah, that was.
That's right. I think I couldn't I was watching it and I'm like, wait, is that like the guy from stand-up comedy and a few sitcoms?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was in the one that was. Didn't he have like where they couldn't figure out who the father was, and so that's where I saw him. And then I saw the
My Three Dads.
or something like My Two Dads or something like that.
Well, that was My Three. Oh, it was that one there because there was a movie. It was like My Three
yeah.
Dads. Ted dancing in it.
Yeah. No. This was they did a comedy thing about that, but yeah, that was. Yeah, and then I saw him in Alien. I was like, oh, I was like, what a bastard, near the end. That was a lot of fun.
I think that's why they picked. He was also in Stranger Things, recently.
Okay.
as a scientist of sorts. It was interesting, uh, but yeah, I think they picked a. He was perfect for that role. We all knew him as this kind of nice guy, whatever, from the TV show, and then they just flipped the script on us, and it was like, yeah, he did it well, and if one of you or me is the bad guy, so to speak, cool. If somehow we make it out alive, cool too. But I think that's less, believe it or not, optimal, right?
Well, I mean, if you guys make it through, kudos for you. I'm just gonna. It is a very dangerous scenario. It's going to be kind of a slow burn initially, so you can ramp up the tension. And that said, is if you do certain things like, hey guys, I'm going to fire the automatic weapons near the reactor. I know you probably won't make it off the ship. So,
well, we'll all make it off the ship simultaneously in very small particles at a time.
Subatomically.
Okay, so I just gave one to George there. There are 4 other characters. So Leah Davis is an adrenaline junkie, and she's the pilot. And then we have Vanessa Miller, who is the captain, and what she wants to do is she wants to make enough money off of this to buy her own ship.
Hey, Mac's sitting in the chat.
Yeah.
I think the server. I want to bring. Does he want to play?
Yeah, if anyone wants to play, we're gonna, if they're willing to do this for about, like I said, it'll take a couple of sessions.
Sit on your chat in Discord.
I don't. Well, he's anybody that we know, is obviously welcome. We put out the call, or I put out the call in a video last week or the week before, and we didn't really get any bites, on that hook. But
you got the link on your server, right? Like in your Discord.
Yeah. Anybody who's in my server can click the link, and pop in, except for, there's a couple of people who shouldn't have access to that, but if they somehow do, or if I don't know you and you're just happen to be on my server, no. And if you don't show your face, at least in the back room, so I know it's you, you're not getting in, and then you can immediately, hide your face if you're that, kind of person, which I know there's a couple of my friends that don't want to be on camera, and that's fine.
Well, and then, like I said, I have a friend of mine that would be willing to play. And I know him personally at work, so
if he wants to join, then he's got to join my server.
I know,
or
well, I'd have to do it and then double check on it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think any of us here want to play a female character. I mean, if I was GMing, I would. Just to let you know, right?
We can change a name if there you want to. You can be, Victor.
Oh, it's just Miller. Weird, and I don't want to open
Ariana Grande.
I don't want to open up the chat, to those kind of comments and too much, goofing around when we're trying to play. You know what I mean?
Well, you're not usually going to be dealing with anything sexual.
Well, no, like when like right now, I'm trying to pay attention to, the live chat. That's kind of the job of the guy who's running the show. And because I don't want people coming in going, and saying stuff, and then we're not paying attention to it. But at the same time, if they're coming in, giving, making jokes and stuff too many, to that it distracts from the game. That's all. There's like a balance you have to have with that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. I know friends of mine who run live streams and they completely ignore the chat. Well, then why have it?
Yeah.
Why be there? Just come and watch it after the show, and go in the comment section and go, cool, cool live play. But if you're going to open up the chat, then the people that come in.
I agree.
Hi.
I'm just saying that I know you guys are really worried about. Like you said, we can change the names if you want to make it male.
I'll let you guys pick your characters first, and then I'll pick from the scraps.
So my suggestion for OG there is if he doesn't mind playing the adrenaline junkie, pilot.
Morgan Hirsch worked for me.
Well, yeah, but that's for a different one. I was just using that as an example.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's see here. So is it showing up?
Adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
Or where do I find the character now?
I'll have to get
Go
myself
over.
a
I
liter of,
should have just given you access to yours.
couple 2 liters of Dr. Pepper there to get into character on that.
Let me
I
see.
think I
I'll
see
just
the Hannah from before.
there we go.
Yeah, I'm not opening up Foundry right now.
Sure,
I'll do it later, and you can just
that's
send
fine.
me whoever or
I
what.
was going to make you the captain there, Shadow, so then you're responsible for all the people under you.
Uh, okay, I mean, it's my show, so it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, I don't want to see, if one of you two guys wants to play the captain, I'm totally cool with that. I like playing pilots, to be honest. Um,
I'll play the captain if you want to be the gray man for once.
If you want to be the no, the reason I said let Shadow be this, so then he can panic when things go wrong. No, actually,
yeah, but it just seems kind of like egotistical to take I can play the guy at the bottom of the freaking the Arnold Rimmer, it's fine. Um,
but yeah, that's
It's also fine if like the corporate character wants to like run the captain and the captain's an NPC. As like the captain just basically does what the corporate wants.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Corporations pay the bills.
Yeah.
They get the licenses and the permits to be on the trade routes and push things from here to there.
Actors.
do you? I was thinking about this game. Does it have campaign potential, or is that not really a thing?
They have campaigns. They have one for Colonial Marines, and then they have one for what they call the colonist version.
Okay.
It has potential. I will say as much is they recommend not putting in the aliens except sparingly. One is, so you're going to deal with more of corporate stuff, and it's going to be a lot more role playing because if you get in a fight in this game, it's pretty easy to die in like 1 or 2 shots.
Well, I'm gonna talk about this later in another episode. But I was watching both the old Battlestar Galactica, the original, and Buck Rogers. And in those shows, if you got shot once, it was it. That's it. You're out of the show. You're dead. And fortunately, the main characters didn't get hit, but some important characters got hit. Like Serena, she got hit, boom, dead. One shot. The gun is made, to kill. You get hit, you're dead. Kind of game or scenario or TV show or story or whatever. And I'm kind of looking for, as much as I love Traveler, there are things about it that they don't quite like scratch those itches if I wanted to run like either of those 2 movies or not movies. Well, they were movies, but like say I wanted to run Buck Rogers, right?
Yeah.
I don't get the feel of that through Traveler. The same with Alien. There's something about it, about Traveler, that while you can do it, it just doesn't feel right. Is anybody kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be fair. Buck Rogers is more of a heroic style. This is much more. It's not that you won't survive a shot. It's just some of them may be minimal. Like we were rolling. Like that's why I said roll a crit. There's some of them you get instant death. Doesn't matter.
There's space, so it's like cold sci-fi. It's just like
Yeah.
cut dry. It's like these things happen, you die. It's like it's kind of how it's supposed to be.
Like Traveler. I mean, you can get hit. You can get hit in Traveler a couple of times potentially, but after the first one, you're looking for cover as you're bleeding out, or there's something about it's not the world because I never use you guys. The
grittiness is what you're referring to. Or?
Maybe it's just I think what it is it's too sterile and clinical. Traveler. There's something. Again, it's not the world or the universe, but the mechanics and the 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 rules for not the life path, because I think that's
Yeah.
actually something that every game should kind of have. It's not that, but there's some little. It's just like missing like heart and soul, maybe.
Yeah, like the Alien. What was the commercial? Like in space, no one can hear you scream.
Yeah.
Like I think something that would reflect that feel.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't picture Traveler doing that. Traveler seems to be like literally travel. You are like exploring. You're not frightened of space.
I could see Traveler being used to run any of the Star Treks, like no problem. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I could see Traveler being used to play 2001 or
Yeah,
Starship Troopers.
Dark Star. You know that movie that was like sci-fi movie in the late '80s.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
actually
the
got to
robots and stuff.
touch the Dark Star at a. My dad's friend was a member of the Hollywood Guild that makes models for movies,
Yeah,
and I got invited to. This was way back before Aliens came out,
yeah.
and we were at this meeting. It wasn't really like a convention or anything like that. There was only about 60 people there, but they had rented like the Legion Hall or whatever. There were all these models from
Mhm.
movies, and Dark Star was one of them. And of
Nice.
course, it said "Don't touch," and I was like a 12-year-old kid, and of course, I went dink. Um, but it was cool because when we were at that meeting, they were showing the soon to be released behind the scenes for Alien.
Yeah.
So like before, a lot of other people, when before it was on the cassette or way before the DVD, the inside baseball of how the face hugger and something else was made out of obviously seafood, but it was all there was also like goat intestine in it. Um,
Okay.
Yeah, we're
and
starting to come out. Yeah,
and there was also they also showed these scenes of the everybody calls the space jockey, like way
Yeah.
before anybody else saw
the
that. I
Geiger
get to
design.
see
Yeah,
these like long panoramic shots of those models because these guys had
the
built
engineer.
those,
Yeah,
and that it was that moment. I went home and went through all my model kits and started cutting sprues and model parts, trying to build something that wasn't according to the instructions.
yeah. When Alien came out, I was too young to watch it in the theaters and stuff, so I only had seen it since like afterwards and like on like tube TVs, regular, whatever, um, you know, uh, resolution that was. And I do tell you, if you hadn't like, if you like, you don't want to you hadn't seen it since like those days, and don't remember it on the on the screen. Watch it on a DVD, Blu-ray or whatever you can
Yep.
find, because it's so, or even like a streaming, it's so much better. Like you
Yeah,
could see you can start seeing those details. Because I remember like watching it on TV and I could barely see. It was very
Mhm.
black and stuff like that. I don't know if it was intentional, but in watching it recently, I think it was a streaming service, and it was, yeah, it's just phenomenal.
We saw it. My family went to go see it at the drive-in. My little brother and I in the back seat, and you know, uh, my mom and dad in the front seat. And as soon as Ripley dropped the first f bomb, my mom's like, "I don't think the kids should be here. Maybe we should leave." And my dad's like, "Nah, we ain't leaving." And my brother was like, like he should not have been there. He was way younger than me. What year did the movie come out? Like 70.
79.
Okay,
79.
79. So I was 12. Means he was 8. Okay. And yeah, he should not have been in the back. But then my dad, also took us to see Jaws the same way. And he definitely shouldn't have been there.
Well,
What
that
was
was that
Alien?
That
75.
was
That
like,
was
yeah,
Jaws or something. It was like
76, 75, yeah.
Yeah, I was 8. you
86.
know. So my brother was 6 in the back seat, watching people get munched by sharks. My dad was like, I want to watch the movie. I ain't getting a babysitter. You know.
Yeah.
my parents would leave me with a babysitter, go see the movie first, decide if it was for me so that's what they did. They went to go see Star Wars first. That's okay. It's acceptable for the child to see it at 4, and so then I
Yeah,
went
my
to go
dad
see
did
it.
not like Star Wars, like almost at all until when the dogfight scene. He was like, okay, I can get behind this. with all this other fairy shit. What is this?
Mhm.
You know,
I
he's
got
just
I got to
not.
see Star Wars and Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, like a New Hope. Sorry, a New Hope
Yeah.
and Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
five with a double feature. When they
I
don't
I
show
remember
that
for
anymore,
Star Wars.
feature length movies back to back.
Yeah, we saw it right before I went to Germany. So I was 6, almost 7, and they were we got in early enough and we found good seats, so we sat there. And my mother would usually put me in the aisle so I could see just fine.
Yeah.
And of course, this is completely illegal. There were so many people; they started having people sitting in the aisles,
Mm-hmm.
and just like, oh my god, yeah. And I saw that so many times. And then, of course, we went to Germany. The movies were always about 6 months later. So then they came over, so we watched it then.
I remember literally seeing people dressed in costume for Star Wars, and they weren't dressed in like Star Wars costumes.
Oh,
You hadn't seen it yet, you know. So
yeah.
there were, people with those Martian antennas and stuff that you weren't going to see in the theater, but they didn't know any better. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Also,
my dad used to work as a shorter cook when the Star Wars came out, across the street from Studio 54 in New York City, and we lived in Jersey, and he used to commute, and I guess he's like some little Greek guy who, didn't know what was going on, but I guess he had learned through work and the people and the clients that Star Wars is a big thing, and you had to take your kids to see it. And he took us to like a theater like just around the corner from Studio 54, and yeah, it was like. It was great. It was probably it wasn't. I don't think it was my first movie. My first movie was like a Bond movie, and then like I think a Spy Who Loved Me, and then like soon after that was Star Wars. That was so cool.
All right. So George, I updated your character.
Foundry.
OG, which one would you like to play? I'll send you a message in Discord. So.
oh, okay. I should go check that.
Yeah.
Got too many things open here.
I know that's why I had to do the pop out. I'm like, okay, if I do the pop out, I can then move this over outside.
I'll be right back, guys.
So how do I access my character screen?
Go to actors. I haven't put them on the bridge yet.
Okay. Actors. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it says
I'm going to change everyone.
Actors. What is this?
Everybody else going back to default.
So I'm Wilson.
Yes.
Wilson. Cool.
Okay.
Oh wait, something's going on here. Weird. What is that? Probably because of the issue with the. Oh, there we go. That's better.
Okay, so we'll get him, and then we'll make Shadow a woman. Sorry.
All right.
So, what do you guys think of Jason Momoa being Lobo in Supergirl or something?
That's the first I heard about it.
I didn't know. Well, one is I just don't care about superheroes. I want my heroes to be more of an Indiana Jones style rather than a superhero. Actually, I think based on what I saw from the cartoon from the 90s, I think he'd actually fit pretty well for Lobo.
Yeah.
But I don't. I actually like Jason Momoa, but
yeah,
I understand other people don't. So
he was cool in Stargate.
He was in Stargate?
Stargate Atlantis, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think you meant the original.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, I guess...
With Jason Vader or whatever, Spader.
Oh, no, yeah, the TV series spin-off. James Spader, yeah.
I never kept up with it. I saw the original Stargate in theater, and I was like, oh, that's sick. So I went back and watched it a second time with friends.
Yeah.
When it aired, and I was like, okay, it's about as far as I went with it.
Yeah, Stargate was cool. It was like really... And I think it was kind of a time where, like, I guess people were kind of like the whole like early 80s sci-fi had started petering off, and then that came out. It felt like it was maybe there was some stuff on TV, I kind of it just I guess
Well, you remember at the time
TNG was at the
it
same time.
wasn't quite sliders, but there was stuff that was along those lines where people were jumping and quantum leap and things like that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of like jumpy type things. That I don't
Well,
know, that's kind of a crude way to put it.
the 90s had tons of sci-fi. You had Star Trek, The Next Generation, then you had Star Trek
DS9.
DS9. Then you had, of course, we had the fancy of
Babylon
Hercules
5.
and Xena, and then you had Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You also had Babylon 5, Farscape, Andromeda. What was it? There were a few others out there. Was it? What was something Earth? I can't remember what it was called. It was another.
Oh yeah,
one.
it was Earth Final Conflict or something. Or
Yeah, that was
I
it.
remember that. Yeah, Final Call.
Yeah, there were a lot of Alien Nation.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Alien Nation. That was one of the early ones for Fox.
Yeah.
They all had the funny heads with like the big mark, like brown marks on them.
Yeah.
The
Bald headed kind.
I remember. And I was just thinking all those things were TV series, but then Alien Nation was the movie, and also So
Yeah.
and that had James Caan and Mandy Patinkin as the alien.
And well, James Caan was the cop, and
Yeah.
they didn't, and he didn't, and then he got replaced in the series. But the same guy who played the alien in the movie was also the alien in the series.
Okay. So Indigo Montoya.
So
and the guy from I think it was him. Let me just double check before I start like sounding like an idiot. I am here. Alien Nation. I think it was Mandy Patinkin. Yeah, here we go. It says, it has his name there, but not necessarily as the. Okay, so the movie was 88. And let's see. Writer, stars, somebody plays in it. Wait, okay.
All right, so we seem to have the basics of running the sheets and all that. And,
yeah, I mean that's what the big thing was, making sure everyone could log in, work that out.
So I'm Liren Cham.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lyran, I guess, or Liren, however you want to pronounce it.
Liren Center. Name? I could be like my nickname would be Liren Center. But yeah, whatever. Liren Liar.
And if you go to notes, you can see what your character is.
Okay.
And then I put your agendas, and so and I did the same thing for Wilson, and then we'll leave that up to Shadow when he comes back.
Sounds like I was a latchkey kid.
Here, I'm going in to see if I can do Foundry from my tablet.
Okay. I don't know if Foundry works from tablets, but maybe if you can do it on your tablet,
I'm going to try, cool. And if it doesn't, then
because I know they've been trying to work on it to get it there, but I think every time
you're probably right, and I'm pretty sure. I'll have to run the show through the tablet, which is fine. It looks like it's okay. And I'm guessing Steven is your friend.
Yep. Yeah.
Join. Capital.
Well, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, I've heard some, and sometimes you get lucky and you roll like 6, and you're like, okay, 6 successes all at once.
And where do we use points to push things? Like, what does it cost us to push the dice?
So when you do a push, I believe that it comes up under your under the chat.
Yeah, is there a consequence for the push? Like, is it like
you get 1 stress every time you do it?
Ah. How do you get rid of stress?
Stress is removed either by being in a safe place. So if you're in a safe place, every turn it goes down by 1. There are some drugs to help you reduce stress, and then if your item, your special item, your
Yeah, it doesn't.
that-
It's not. I don't think it's going to work here. It lets me do some stuff, but it keeps bringing up this
sure,
window.
yeah.
So we'll just do it the other way next week.
All right. So Shadow, they've left you with Kyla Ray or Rye, who is a roughneck, Leah Davis, who's the pilot, and Vanessa Miller, who is of course the captain.
Okay, so 3 bitches to choose from.
That's right. Depends on however you want to play it.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at them elsewhere. George, who are you playing?
I am Wilson, John J. Wilson.
And he's the corporate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you can tell me without giving anything away?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know. I'm a corporate, and I'm just reading through everything here right now. It's
You have your notes, I think.
yeah, notes. Yeah, there's nothing really too special in the notes. It seems to be there's some stuff that's kind of cryptic, but nothing specific that I could have to that needs to be that's being revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to wait for that to come in before I find out what that means.
Okay, and we're off grid. Somehow got
And
bumped.
there's general signature item. Okay.
So if you say, "Hey, I'm using my signature item," it'll automatically reduce your stress by 1.
Okay.
And you can do that per once per game session.
And then buddy. Rival. Ah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Don't reveal any of that. I think that would be fun to see it role played out.
What's your character's name? So I'm Wilson.
I haven't picked a character yet. I'll probably pick the pilot. I kind of like the idea of Omen running the captain. That way, we have to defer to the GM anyways, kind of thing. It makes more sense that way, because I don't want to,
That's okay.
make it
So if
seem
you
like
wanna
I'm
be
picking the captain because it's my show. That's the last thing I want to do. And off grid, are you there?
I am.
Okay.
Here you go.
And
Your character. I have now put up for your character.
Crashed out 3 times already on the stream.
don't worry.
the pilot.
We're only going to be here till the top of the hour, just because I don't want to drain your life support and or life support, I should say.
Yeah.
I do have church in the morning, so I don't want to be up late doing this.
Okay. And Shadow, I just gave you access to your character there.
I can't access it tonight.
Okay.
Until after
What's
the show.
Shadow's character's name?
He hasn't picked
Well,
yet.
You got to sign one.
So I have one question. Since
Yeah.
Alien and Predator are the same universe, is it possible that we encounter a Predator?
Right now, the answer is no, because they're 2 different IPs, interestingly enough. And AVP is another IP, but I have never seen someone I've never seen someone not do it for their homebrew.
Yeah, it's like DM's discretion.
But I will...
But there's no Predator game out, is there?
not that I'm aware of, which is kind of...
It makes
Who
sense.
knows?
I mean, it's not really strong enough to support that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Andrew Gaska, who wrote this and also did a lot of stuff for Alien, apparently he's the go-to guy for keeping a lot of stuff Alien asked, all like video games, books, and congruent. But he said what he would have loved to have done was have a thing in an Alien crossover, because the alien blood prevents the thing from taking it over, and it explains why the aliens are trying to destroy all life whenever they're sent to a certain world.
Prometheus actually explains all the reason why the aliens were created, and like they were basically created to destroy humanity because humanity, surprisingly enough, in a science fiction thing, because humanity killed Jesus. It was like genetically created and mixed by them. They came from paradise, apparently. So they had to
So
pull that all out of the film, but that's you can look at that up on YouTube.
yeah, I've seen a lot of them talk about that, and
It fixed the movie, fixed the universe, gave it a whole reason.
The other thing
I
is like,
I don't know if I saw that. Um, I think I saw it, but I think I'm confusing it with the other movie with uh, where they crash on a water world and they don't realize it. What movie was that?
Not what I'm thinking of.
It's like they're in a spaceship and they think they're on their way somewhere, but they're actually crashed on a water world.
Europa.
oh, that's Pandemonium or something.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
but that's not a
it's
yeah.
not part of the
Prometheus,
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, well, actually, this is one of the things people have talked about because they use so much of it is out. Like if you actually do the role playing game, and to me, this is where it would work out well. The actual RPG has things like a what's it called? It's in there. I'll find it real fast. The Colonial Marshal.
Okay.
And
Oh,
so
that's
if you ever saw the movie Outlaw,
like Sean Connery
you
with
mean
that.
Outland?
that's
Yeah,
yeah,
man, that's cool.
that's
Shadow,
exactly.
or what's his name there? Double D wears that hat on his streams.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
He
that's what
wears.
they were. That's what they were. That's what they do a lot of it for. So
That I just watched that movie. I've only seen that movie 2 or 3 times in my whole life. One time, or not the last time, but the time before that, I watched it with my old man because he's like, oh, it's Sean Connery. It's like high noon in space, so we're gonna watch it. And then I watched it the second time, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of a rough movie. It's like rough around the edges, kind of like Saturn 3 or
yeah,
Saturn 5 with Kirk Douglas, I think it was.
hmm
Uh,
Yeah.
I kind of lumped those two movies together because they were like they could
Silent.
have been a lot better. They were good, but they were like you could just feel something was just a little bit off with those movies, especially toward the latter half of both of them. The intros are great, meeting the characters, meeting, understanding the motivations, but then it's kind of like they just sort of fell off the cliff of budgetry. It's like we're out of money now. We got to do the best we can with what we've got,
Yeah.
and
The tone is
Yeah,
very
I
bleak
remember.
as well in that,
yeah. That's
right? Because it's like corporations run everything, and everyone's run like livestock, expendable,
Yeah, that was a big
Still
'70s theme.
and they really capture that.
it was. I need to put Outland in my 70s dystopian
Yeah,
uh, library of Blade Runner, Rollerball, Logan's Run, Soylent Green. Uh, I think I need to put Outland in there too. I
oh
was
yeah,
wondering though. I just had this weird idea because we were talking about Pandemonium
hmm
and etc. I almost want to like in my head canon lump Event Horizon in this sort of universe. What do you guys think?
Event Horizon.
it's dark. It's like you're just
Yeah.
basically pulling back a layer and finding
Well,
hell's just like one of the possible
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people
other
they
dimensional.
consider it like a 40K film, pretty much like a
Oh,
like
totally,
yeah,
totally. But without doing any of that, still making it. I can see like if you're running a campaign of Alien that you could go off, hit the sort of left field off ramp and go into the Event Horizon. Um,
there we go. Oh, your
you
mirror.
know,
Like
like literally like run them through that as like a mission. If the group was like a group of Marines or scientists or whatever, they deal with that whole. If you don't have your harmonics or whatever, just right when you're jumping, you accidentally go into hell, and
Yeah.
then them having to live the rest of their lives and the campaign knowing that that's always a possibility if we're jumping or traveling. If we're not just like if everything isn't just right, we're gonna do that again, kind of
So
thing. Up squirrel.
Yeah, I
I
could
think Coriolis did some of that.
I could picture like a setting that was like a sort of a distillation of 70s sci-fi outside of Star
Oh,
Wars.
totally,
That
totally.
like sort of
I
like
do. I just picked up. It's not here yet. Final Frontier, which since it's run in the Red universe or the Red
Mhm.
system, I could see doing that. I actually got it to try to run like a Battlestar Galactica game. That's been I know Bear's trying to or going to run it using the whatever system from Weiss and Hickman. I looked at it. I've got Serenity or Firefly, which is the same engine. I looked at it, went, oh, so I guess I'm never playing this game.
Well, I
Instantly.
mean,
I
what are they?
hated people.
That's is that the age system or the?
I'm not sure. It's whatever one where your stats are, like a die, not a die pool, but a die. Your strength is a D12, which
Okay.
I just freaking hate that idea. But squirrel, I was thinking about that too. A lot of people were talking last year on this show, maybe it was the year before, how Blade Runner would like kind of get boring and stale after a while, chasing down the synthetics, and I'm like, oh hell no! I could do that. I could do a year of Blade Runner, no problem. If the party was a bunch of Blade Runners going after a group of synthetics, and since you let it run into the Alien/Predator universe,
yeah.
I think that would actually be more fun than trying to run a campaign of colonial or space marines from Alien, because that would be just too. It would be like trying to run Space Above and Beyond.
So the problem that I have with a lot, and this is what I have with any military campaign, is you are not in control of your own fate. You're
True.
going. I mean, that's my issue with military campaigns as a whole. This is why even if you can do something for the government, to me, it's like, guess what? You guys are going to be spies, or you're going to do something else. So that gives you a lot of flexibility.
That's why I think Blade Runner would be because you have that little bit more freedom. You
Yeah.
still have a mission, you still have a job, you still have a boss, but you have some, you have the badge and you have the mystique of being a Blade Runner. People like get out of your way, kind of.
Well,
Sure, they're going
so
to do the same thing with the Marines, but it's a different interaction with the normies. You know what I mean? Everybody else just gets away because they think you're just tools of the industrial the industrial military industrial complex. Whereas if you're a Blade Runner, you're there to serve and protect the common man on a different level. You still have that cop vibe, uh, that ability to be dangerous, but I mean, just going by the way Harrison Ford played the Blade Runner, and even the way uh, Edward James almost played him, you still had that definitive cool factor within the character. Versus all the Marines were just freaking schlubs. You know what I mean? They were just like you're just tools. You're peons. I don't care how badass you are. You're still just kind of a
Expendable.
yeah.
so
There
so
you
I
go.
mean, to me, like most things, it depends on how you're going to do it. That's why I like for Colonial Marshall, and they have for Alien, they have the two different ones. If you're going to be colonies, you're supposed to have building better worlds.
Mhm.
And that one gives you recommendations on how to do that. And to me, that's where you would place something very similar to Outland. And if the hard part for any of this is how do you mix different character types together and then keep them together for long periods of time,
Yeah.
and then allow them to move forward.
There was I believe it or not, there's a show that kind of made me see how you guys are gonna laugh, how you could literally run like the space cop. So I tried writing a space cop comic book. It was actually called Martial Law, and I didn't know that there was already a comic book called Martial Law out there. it was a take on Judge Dredd and the Old West and everything. But you guys remember the show Lucifer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Okay, it had the two cops, and then it had a whole bunch of other cops and that filled different positions that all would often show up at the crime scene. You know,
Yeah, but no, I'm saying as far as movement around, it's
yeah. They
yeah,
had the free. I think what's the 40K game Inquisition maybe
yeah,
where you
but it yeah, but what I'm trying to say is for Inquisition, it's like okay, that makes sense for going around, but for Blade Runner, um, how many colonial marshals are all going in at once, or what's the assumption? Like, I have no problems if you say, hey, we're going to set this in a colony. Great, that colony is what you're going to deal with, and then if you're going to do a roughneck campaign, that one's pretty easy to do. Hey, we're going to do this because if you're going to be space truckers, you're going to be moving to different places all the time.
Yeah.
well
One thing is the whole how fast I feel like in the alien universe. I don't know if I'm right,
Yeah.
but the space travel is very slow. From what
It
I'm
is,
getting.
yeah,
It
it's
is.
intended to be somewhat
That's
slow. It takes like
what they
weeks or
preach you.
months.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is like the Blade Runner era and the Alien era seem to be centuries apart. So it like I don't know if like how anachronistic it would be to the setting to play a Blade Runner in let's say an Alien time frame.
Man, you
Like,
were thinking that, and I was thinking that the whole time. I wasn't saying nothing too. It was
Well,
like
you just be
it mixes with that so well.
you just be a colonial marshal. Is my point. Is you'd go over for that.
like
You
yeah,
know,
Which is Outland.
I don't think you'd have too big a problem running that unless you had like more than 4 players.
So
Yeah.
I was watching. To be fair, I was watching, which I enjoyed. This was during COVID. There was what was it? It was what? What was her thing? Live, laugh, love, Lindy, or something like that. That's what it went by. And they did an Alien, and they combined Blade Runner with Predator with Alien, all in the thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that was actually, and it was actually fun to watch. It took me forever to find it, but like I was going on Twitch trying to look at how to do some of this stuff. It's like, wait a minute, and then they're like, oh yeah, they did this, and that one was pretty cool. I'm not saying you can't do stuff. The hard part in certain cases is how do you do things. Like again, I think The Expanse is a good example if you want to do a hard sci-fi, and this can do that.
Never seen that.
Oh,
It's
you probably enjoy The Expanse.
Isn't that Seth MacFarlane?
No,
He's not in it.
no.
What am I
Expanse
thinking?
is a hard sci-fi series. You can
Yeah.
watch it on Amazon.
What am I
Yeah,
thinking that Seth
yeah.
MacFarlane was in?
I know which one you're talking about, but that's
Weapons.
that's kind of a knockoff of Star Trek.
Right.
No, The Expanse.
The name just hit me and then it disappeared. It was on the tip of my tongue and then I lost it. I don't know. I think you could. I think you could run a Blade Runner.
The real question is why would you run a Blade Runner? Because the android's already been accepted. That's what I guess the question comes down
yeah,
to.
that's the thing. It's like, are replicants and androids the same thing? Like,
I would think they are. It's like it's just
No. Because there was I think that was like the Weyland Yutani sort of dichotomy. One company or one branch went with the synthetics and the other went with the androids to create like let's for lack of a better or maybe the most appropriate term a slave race subservient to humanity to do humanity's will. And one company went the route of biological and one part of the company went with the androids, and I could see how if they had made like you got to make it very very much like Roy, you've got a supervillain synthetic that is obviously wanted by the law, but there's got to be like this new sort of hitch or agenda for the supervillain instead of just trying to escape and live. He's like maybe got like the equivalent of the Firefly sort of. He knows the secret,
So
of like unlocking and deactivating the code on the synthetics, and you got to go try and stop him from
So
getting
so
it out to the rest of them.
so Alien does have some of. I mean, looking at the lore, which is always fun to read. And one of the ones is one of the. There are some officials that are synthetics, and people don't know it. So, my problem really is not the fact that there's a Blade Runner. It's just I don't think that. I mean, you could do Blade Running, but the whole reason Blade Runners exist is if they came back to Earth. No one cared about them if they were off of Earth.
Well, that's why you got to give them. You got to give a group of them some sort of uh, like they have an agenda or a plan to do something that will disrupt the whole apple cart. And
So,
if they get away with it, something really bad will happen to, let's say, Weyland Yutani, and these Blade Runners and their crew have been tasked with hunting these guys down without letting the secret out. And you got two Blade Runners, you got maybe a pilot or maybe even an android with, some like a new android type that's going to assist them, and because you're only going to have like 4 or 5 players tops, and with us we got 3,
no, I know.
so okay, you got a Blade Runner and 2 other
Predator
guys.
Blade Runner.
Hmm?
Predator species Blade Runner.
Well,
We're-
no. I mean,
we're breaking the
like I
game.
said, it's not that Squirrel Hermit's wrong. They actually reference each other within the games. But and I'm going to mention this much because I'm waiting for my Blade Runner physical copies to come in.
Yeah, I should have got that one. I didn't. I don't know why I didn't.
I got the one that does the Replicant Rebellion, so I got a couple things in there. And the way that they do it is at least their quick starts are intended to be more of an investigative type game.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, you don't need to have them call Blade. I mean, you can call them Blade Runners. They're colonial marshals, is all that they are.
Right.
That's
Or the what like a special detective or something like that.
well, that's what a colonial marshal can. You can branch out how you do your how you can do it. But that's the whole point of when we watched, what was it, Outland. Hey, they sent him here. It's like, you need to know what you're doing here, and then after a while, it's like, well, no one's helping you out. Yeah,
Totally.
That's.
I always got the impression, like I used to watch a lot of cop shows, and when Decker walks into the office, and I'm quit, I'm twice as quit, blah blah blah. He just seemed like just a detective, from any cop show who just happened to have a special assignment or a special set of skills or special authority, in between your beat detective and the FBI, or maybe that's the next step is being part of the
Well,
equivalent
the
of
Blade Runner was just a part of the L.A. police. They were just
right.
especially the L.A. police.
Yeah.
No, but the other part.
Yeah, the books were even weirder.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they were like duplicates police departments that were not aware of each other. It was pretty.
Well, the other one, again, I don't really like the Blade Runner movies. They're so slow. I enjoy the anime that they did. That one was much better paced. And then I found out that they wrote it off, so you can't even find the English version anywhere.
Really?
Oh, it's the stuff that the movie studios do to get write-offs. And they said, since we wrote it off to lose money so they can remove it off their taxes. Okay. And that's what they did. But no, that one, especially the final battle between 2 Blade Runners, was awesome.
Gotcha. What do you think about, even though I'm not a big fan of some aspects of what I'm going to say, the total recall technology, as I used to call it in a lot of my games, the memory wiping and implanting of skills, etc., and memories. Would you like import that into an Alien / Blade Runner game?
I probably wouldn't, just because I'm playing Alien to play Alien. That said, it's the Year Zero engine. Just to be honest about the Year Zero engine, does a really good job for certain things. Like, I have Coriolis, and Coriolis is, in some ways, I think, a better fit for just more of the theme that you were talking about with the Event Horizon. But for Alien, yeah, you can do whatever. The way I look at it, and you're talking about what you're going through is, and I highly recommend you see The Expanse. I think it would work really well because they do have spaceship combat, and there are no shields. And so, unlike a lot of the other stuff, like a lot of stuff has shields.
Because I was thinking, with Blade Runner, they literally implanted memories into the synthetics, which means technically they could do the same thing to humans, and there's that whole discussion about whether Decker was a synthetic or not.
I liked it better when he was a human. When they kept pushing more and more, it's Ridley Scott wanted to make him a synthetic. I just felt in some ways it kind of cheapened it.
I hated the whole notion of that. Like just it's those deconstructionists who want to kind of gotcha everybody. There's no way that movie is anywhere near as is worthy of even watching if that's the case. Because then you're just like, so who cares? Why did So they made some synthetics to hunt synthetics. So people are basically no longer of much value. Right?
To me, but the real issue with that was the synthetics were so much stronger,
Mhm.
and then you had Decker who could not hold his own physically against him, and I just felt that cheapened it because like, well then what? It doesn't make any
Decker's
sense.
supposed to be a synth, though.
That
In the story
as,
that came out in the further on movie.
yeah, as he kept on redoing it, the director's cut and stuff, then he started doing the whole part of it. But I liked it more when he was just a regular human, which was the theatrical version.
Like Gosling, another one too. Like Gosling was a synth.
Yeah,
Gosling later.
like
The,
see,
yeah,
and
I like
you're
the
talking
short
about this.
story.
I'm not saying you can't do it. I mean, let's be honest. You can use just about any system you want. The question really comes down
Right.
to is, what kind of field you want for it. If you want a very deadly, then this works out really well. Like I said, it works. I think it works really well for The Expanse too.
It would be really cool if you had like the marshal go out and he's also assigned a whole batch of synths that just sit in storage containers until he opens them up and there's deputies, right? And that'd be a
One
That
thing
would be. I mean, you could do that too.
That has a whole lot of shades of paranoia, doesn't it? The game, remember that game?
or
Never
Westworld.
Westworld, yeah. I'm surprised they
Yeah.
haven't made a Westworld game. I'm glad they haven't, because not everything needs a game. I think it's better when you have generic games that you can import the feel, and that way you don't have to pay extra for the license, and you can just run whatever damn game you want, where you can go from IP to IP without permission. That's why
Well,
I picked up Final Frontier, because I never really I played Star Frontiers, and I know it's one of the like top 3 games people talk about of like all times, but to me it was just it
but
was
here's the reason for Star Frontiers. Star Frontiers was really fast to understand. It was really fast for doing the. They had Nighthawks, which was good because then you could do space
Mhm.
combat. But the skills were easy. Anyone could be whatever they wanted. And what I really liked about it was the alien races were actually alien. And my
right. No,
issue
but
is
I was talking more of the world, and the theme. The theme had a very kind of retro-y Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon sort
yeah,
of feel to it, and I'm like, okay, that's if that's what you want, because you got to remember that the people who wrote Star Frontiers, that those were their inspirations.
actually
They
that
grew
was
up.
I was listening to David Zeb Cook and he said no, that was not their inspiration.
Oh,
They
really?
were going
What
to make
was?
Traveler. They were going to make it closer to like a Traveler type game.
Yeah, but I
And
mean, in the way of science fiction, what did they
they were told to rewrite. They were told to change the tone for Star Frontiers. And
okay.
actually, part of the reason I enjoy Star Frontiers is because it isn't the super dark crap, and it's not the super. It's a few small worlds.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I
more
think
aspiration.
yeah, well, yeah, and it felt more to be. It felt more exploration. It didn't feel like you were how did I want to put this? It felt like you could actually play the game rather than trying to like Traveler. Well, we have to do this and we have to do that. And I think their first three modules, which were Escape on Volturnus,
Yeah,
you know,
I
those.
don't get me wrong. I played it and I had a lot of
Yeah,
fun with it. It just to me it just seemed like uh, how do I put this? Just like the simplest sci-fi game they could possibly come up with.
well, it's not that hard of a game. I mean,
No,
it's
no, and
but
it's not a bad game. It's just with the Sathar and it was very kind of
I'm not sure what you're. I mean, you can make it darker if you want, just like everything
no.
else.
It's not
Yeah,
about that. It's more about um, like it was half, like it was only half a game. It was missing the GM had to do a lot of the work themselves in creating new worlds and new everything. Unless you're just going after the Sathar and making it all around that, because that's you know.
I never got that feeling. No, don't get me wrong. You still have to create your own stuff, but Volturnus actually to me felt like a world, unlike a lot of stuff. It's like,
Oh yeah,
oh,
it was a very good uh, module series.
yeah,
Going from one to the next, and it
and
hit a
then
lot of the classic tropes and the classic plot lines, etc. It's just I always wondered, um, how far you can take it.
as far as you
And,
want. I mean, to me, part of the reason I liked it for sci-fi is the danger was not necessarily always other human beings. It was the environment. It was, monsters. You always had this, which is where I think that sometimes with Alien, when we're talking about this, you have dehydration, you have starvation, you have a lot of this, which takes more of a forefront for freezing. Stuff like this, which in certain cases is more dangerous than the monsters. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, you lived on the ice space. Let me get off of it, which was exactly what with the thing. Which was more likely to kill him, the thing or the freezing cold. you know,
I think one of the other things I didn't really kind of get on with Star Frontiers was the perceived the entire universe had the same tech level or lower, but never you couldn't go any higher than X. You know
well,
what I
what do you
mean?
mean? Well, no, I'm not sure because it had a universal tech level, which I'm okay with because it didn't have that many worlds. I mean, if you look at it, I
Well,
think there were only like 20 worlds that were described in Star Frontiers.
right, and that's one of the reasons that to me it seemed like, well, what if you want to go past the boundaries? Okay,
Well,
here's the universe, but you know at some point, if you play that game long enough, you're there's a chance, maybe even a really good chance that you're going to go beyond that, and that's what I liked about the original series of Star Trek.
but you're
They
supposed to
went
go beyond that.
right.
I,
And,
I guess my view on that is you're supposed to go beyond those worlds. That was the whole point of having the player characters. The player characters were going to go out maybe one or two star systems out, but the star systems weren't 1,000 light years apart. They were 6 or 7 light years or 8 light years. They were not that. They were not. It felt like what the best description to me was Star Frontiers was fairly close to what we would consider with 2300. It was not so fantastic, which is the problem I have with a lot of stuff. Is once you go above, I'll use Traveler. Once you go above tech level 12,
Mhm.
everything starts feeling like magic.
Mhm. Well,
And
uh, yeah, I totally get that because I've got a bunch of systems where that's literally the case. It's like
yeah,
the tech is like that, but I think they missed kind of the point that if it's alien technology, it's going to do alien things that humanity never thought of, and the other aliens would have thought of because they're alien. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a higher tech level. It would instead of going like up or higher in numbers, it would be going sideways at different points because these people don't breathe the same atmosphere or even are composed of the same materials, their technology is going to be different. But that doesn't mean it's superior, so it gets a higher number.
I think, I mean, looking at the modules and the way I felt about it, most of it to me was Star Frontiers was about exploration and less trying to find new. And part of the reason I liked it, it wasn't to say, "Oh, let me go find this new super technology," which is what Alien has. Alien has, hey, there's an older technology that was a higher tech level. In most cases, for Star Frontiers, is hey, we're trying to, to me, it reminds me more of a Wild West. We're moving further west to expand our borders.
Well, Traveler was bad at that because they were so kind of up their own ass about their own universe and had codified everything. And when we played Traveler, we literally, were exploring, new worlds. That was what it was all about. You'd miss jump and there's a world, and you need to go there and explore it to, find whatever dilithium crystals or whatever. And in doing so, you come across either an alien civilization or an ancient ruins of an alien civilization, versus because you're on this hex, this is what's there. We already did the work for you. That's what's good about Star Frontiers is that they didn't do all that because that was your job as the GM, and Travelers sort of said, "Oh, you don't have to do that. We did it for you," which made it less exciting and new.
I guess when I look at it, it's like I always look at 2300 because everything is a frontier world, even for the stuff that you know. And of course, the problem is that it was intended to be based off the real world. So hey, I know that this world is here to go to here. And I like 2300 because it is a bit more gritty. It feels much more, as much as you talk about, Wild West. That to me is way Star Frontiers, which again, that's why they called it Frontier. And the same thing with 2300. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's even for Alien. Almost every world except a few core worlds are out there. Same thing with what was the Firefly. They're all on that edge.
That's why that's why Firefly still to this day is my favorite sci-fi of all time. But you'll be happy to know I'm picking up Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, which is run off the 2300 engine, which I did not know.
D2300.
Yeah.
So my suggestion for you is, do you have Amazon Prime?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you should be able to find The Expanse in there.
Well, I got to watch Cadillacs and Dinosaurs first.
Yeah, but you'll be done within like a day.
Oh yeah. It's only like 12 22-minute episodes.
So the Expanse, now of course they do have kind of there are things that are further out there. That's it's not that I don't mind that you have it. They just didn't codify anything of what technology was out there. You could have easily put in, hey, there's the Lost World, and it does this. But I agree, they didn't give you like rules on, oh, this is how you do it and generate it. But man, I loved Star Frontiers because it was fast, it was easy. Hey, you want to play? Roll up your characters. Boom. Guess what? We all have these weapons. Okay, that sounds great. And it didn't feel so far fetched that you had to make up all this stuff. Or the problem I have with Star Trek, if you have a replicator, then why do you need any kind of trade?
Well, that's because you have to stay in the original series. Next Generation was I know Star Trek the original series had its woke moments, but Next Generation was just like pure propaganda as far as I'm concerned.
What yeah, but what I meant is, because I always enjoy looking at the economics and stuff like that. I enjoy like this.
Yeah, there was it made no sense.
Feral Historian is a good video on that. The whole like the funny thing is he like promotes the what was that show called? The Orville actually makes more sense.
That's the one I was thinking.
Than
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Orville actually for the one I saw.
Yeah, it was like playing a line like a kind of a both sides line. It was kind of interesting with the whole woke stuff. Like it was like, with the whole like what was it
the social media one?
Oh, the social media was hilarious.
Yeah, it was, to me, they did a good homage to Star Trek without it being Star Trek,
Yeah.
and in most cases, but yeah, like I said, is if you want gritty, which is again, and you can tell the influences for Alien, Outland, or Outland, yeah, Outland, and a few others that are out there. Of course, all the Alien movies, and I kind of like, okay, they don't really specify Predator, but you can always use Predator in there. I'm not sure how it would work out. You guys aren't seeing this, but on the DM side, um, the monsters generally I roll a d6, and the d6 determines how the monster is going to react. So there's some weird things in there. It's like, which kind of makes it creepier when you're reading it because you don't know what the monster's going to do. Sometimes the monster might just stare at you. Other times it might throw you around. It might grab you and drag you. It might try killing you. And it's kind of unnerving because you don't know how it's going to react. Especially as a player, you're like, okay, this is which I like. If you're in too much mystery, it stops being mysterious and loses some of its flavor. Which reminds me, I'll probably watch Alien Romulus after this.
All right, guys, I got to get heading out. I'll see.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
like I said, we were going to shut this down at the top of the hour, but
Sure.
we had
Having no
yakking.
fun.
I hope everybody has a great week coming up. Enjoy your Sunday. Thanks for sticking around, playing along with this show, and watching us fiddle around with Foundry. And next week we will begin the dying and the screaming and the being.
No, you shouldn't die. It's going to be like I'm going to make it kind of like Aliens at the beginning. There's this long build up, and then when the shit hits the fan, it goes all out.
Well, like I said, the beginning.
Yeah.
So everybody, off grid, if you're still listening, I'll see you tomorrow. Omen, thanks for running us through this. George, despite all this, we are anxious to get back to Star Wars, all of us. But we're going to take this little break, give you some time to work on some stuff. And
Hey! After this, I thought that we were going to be doing, some
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
yeah, I'm working on it, but I'm also working on 4 other projects that.
You know what? You can put your Barrows in Borderlands, with your sci-fi element, and say, well, guess what? Now the apes have to go out in the Forbidden Zone. They're all. There's nothing wrong with stealing, ideas from all of this.
I've got some ideas for Planet of the Apes. I just I'm looking for just the right way to make it work. But what I should probably do. Omen, do you have the PDF?
I don't have the PDFs. I have the physical books.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find a way to get the PDFs to George and off grid, and see what you guys want to run as characters, independent, regardless of what everybody else is running, and then make it work within my framework. Because I was just telling Jackie, that's in my opinion, the DM. Sure, he makes the world, but he should take into huge account what the players want to play, as characters.
So what?
There.
I mean, look, I can play whatever. It's not going to be too much there. I agree with you about the ferals. The ferals get kind of a pain if you're not physically.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
But you just tell me on like what time frame you're looking at. Because there are times where the humans and the apes are actually working together in that.
Yeah,
it's
the battle for the Planet of the Apes time frame.
Yeah, so if that's what you want to run, that's fine. If you want to do it later, then that's fine.
I think I'm going to be running it in a completely different part of the world. I think it doesn't matter. I mean, it kind of does. It kind of doesn't.
Look, I could say, I want to play this, but honestly, like most things, and one thing I've learned as I get older, I'm going to play whatever the group needs. and I may not play them the way that they want it, but I will play what the group needs. And then the other part is, it's like, hey guys, we're all going to go fight the dragon, and all of us are dwarves. Like, well, I'm going to be the special snowflake, and I'm going to be something different. Like, no, I'm going to be the hobbit. Like, you son of a no. Sorry, that's no. That's like, look, if everyone wants to go do a certain thing, then we'll lean into the whole idea. Sometimes it's just fun. Like, yeah, I want to be an orangutan. Okay, that's fun. But if it's more of like, hey, let's be more human or mutant or whatever, okay, let's go for that as well. Because I always like exploration games more than anything else, and I think exploration all too often, and I do like good villains too, but not every villain has to be super, powerful. It's hey, there's a reason we're running from said villain, and the way that Planet of the Apes works, just like Star Wars depicting, you don't have as much armor, or Alien, hey, don't get into a firefight, okay? There's a reason that people might want to talk. There's a reason that you hide behind cover. There's a reason you say, and I like that. It's, if I want to play the high heroic fantasy, then D&D can do that, and a few other games can as well.
Well, I got 6 weeks to figure it out, so wish me luck, folks.
That's okay.
I'll see you
You
guys.
might have a little bit more time with George
later.
being
What?
busy. You might have a little bit more time with George being busy. What? Oh, Valentine's Day comes up in 2 weeks, doesn't it? Or 3 weeks?
Something like 3 weeks, I think.
It's on a Saturday.
Probably it's like the 14th. So
Yeah, it's on a Saturday, or it's very close. So.
Okay, we'll probably have that night off as well then. All right,
no,
guys.
Betty, I've got a game to play.
Yeah, that's going to fly, right?
Yeah, and once I get it schedule squared away, I might be able to get in. I don't know how early it's going to be and how much later it's going to be, but I might be a little exhausted because I'll be DMing the game.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye, guys.